It is new product time, Lady Ada.
All right, we're 5 minutes early into new products.
Well, we're doing fine on
No,
time.
that's good.
Okay, first up, this is a very cool kit. This is from Gawkin. This is one of the neatest new kits from Gawkin. It will write things, and you can use an online site and have it write things, and then you export a PDF, and then you can laser cut your own gears if you want it, but it also comes with a bunch. And you're probably saying, boy, it'd be great if you had a video that showed it in action.
Yeah.
We do. There it is.
Okay, so that's the symbol that it's drawing here. It's upside down. But so it's actually drawing in Japanese, which is handy because Japanese you can represent a word in a symbol.
Yeah.
But you can it draws a peace symbol. It also draws like the letter A in Japanese, and also the name Tosa, which I think is the name of the person who actually designed it.
Yeah.
So that's his like family symbol, maybe, I don't know. And but you can customize it. There's a software on their site for like really simple shapes, like a heart or like maybe like a star. Like you can't, like we tried like having a signature, but it didn't come out very good. It's not good for like precision stuff, but for like a general large shape,
Yeah.
you can make custom discs.
You could have it initial, like I'm gonna have it do PT, and
We should do PT.
and I'm just gonna have it sign things for me from
That's
now on.
good. You don't have to write checks anymore.
Yeah.
I think I was gonna say like a heart symbol. I think would be like a
heart will
good
work.
something like, like you can. It's okay if it's off a little bit because it is like you build it and it's like self-calibrated. It uses these cams to move the hand in XY direction.
Yeah.
So I think it's like a fun project. Like the Gawkin kits are really inventive, and what I like is that again there's no microcontrollers. It's all done with these like gears, and it holds it in a pen. It doesn't come with a pen, but you can use we just got a calligraphy pen from like an art store. Works great.
Yeah.
There's a little hand. So it's
Yeah,
a little
it's really nice.
drawing bot.
Okay. Next up, we're on a wire journey, folks. We're
Okay.
gonna do this together.
Let's do this wire journey.
Here's the thing.
You're like,
Yeah.
what's wrong?
No, it's fine. I just don't know. You're gonna have to. Do you remember the different types? So this is the product ID
these are all different,
1949.
These are, I don't remember the product IDs for all of these, but we put in 9 different ones. We actually already have these in 40 strips, but for
Yeah.
some kits and projects, people don't need that many. So it's only like a couple bucks if we, like $2 or $3 if we have them be only 20 wires. And we also got to reshoot the photos. So, and you'll see these in kits and stuff, because often like we only need to include a couple wires. So these are really nicely made, like premium jumper wires, and I'll show the shortest ones on the overhead.
Okay.
And yeah, that's the best way to do it, because that way, the longer ones are just like, it's like long or like really long. But these are short, so I can go to them one by one. So this one is male type, so it has this little plug, and it plugs into a breadboard very easily, and on the other side it has the same thing. And what I really like about these wires is that they kind of come pre-bundled. They come onto they come in a strip of ribbon cable that's been cut and terminated. So as you need every wire, you just pull it off, and it just pulls very nicely, like string cheese is kind of the closest thing I can explain it. If you know string cheese, and if not, it's just like ribbon cable. This one is male, and this is 3 inches, and then We have male, female. This is an extension cord, so it has a socket on one side and then a plug on the other, and then yeah, they plug in nicely. And what I like about these is that they're 0.1 inches, like perfectly. So you can have these go side by side into a breadboard, and like they all line up, and you can put them in any grid you want, and they work quite nicely. So you can make your own custom wire harnesses as well. And then this one is socket. So yeah, this one has 2 sockets.
Okay.
This is good from from male header to male header. And then we have 6-inch long, so it's like twice as long. And then we have mega long, 12 inches. Wow, so long. And you get 10 colors, which I also really like. So you get black, brown, yellow, red, orange, green, blue, violet, and gray. And that's 10. Anyways, it's 10 colors and 2 of each color. So a massive collection of wires.
Okay. Did I put in all these photos for no good reason? Like, 'cause you just
No, let's go through them because
you
they're
want me to?
beautiful. Yeah,
Okay.
like let's make people look at them.
Okay, well, this is the next one. So then we
Ooh,
started with
so
this.
nice.
This was product ID 1949,
Yeah.
and this was 1950.
Yeah, this is like the female. You can just go through them. I just
Okay.
like these photos. They're really lovely.
Okay. Yeah, it's like some
So you
type
can
of,
see like how the cable is you can just pull it apart. This is a short one.
yeah.
And eventually we might carry these without the plugs on the end, and so you can like make custom arrangements. But if you're making a wire harness, like you need like a 2x3 connector, I just use gaff tape or like Kapton tape or heat shrink to connect them. Like I plug them in and then I heat shrink or tape them to
Yeah.
turn it into a custom connector.
All right.
Yeah, so just pull them off as you need them. All right, I think we're wired up. You can keep going with them, and I'll get the next thing ready.
Yeah. It's kind of never ending, folks. Yeah, I put in like 50 photos of the show.
Yeah, but that's fine.
Okay, all right, well, next up.
All right, next up.
This is cool. Okay, so I really like this. This is one of my favorite new things you put in the store.
Okay, this is weird. I saw this, and this is actually it was used for like a battery thing. I was like, wait, this is useful for like stuff in general. It's a clip that can it has a little rubber grippy thing, and it can clip onto a circuit board. And there's a pogo pin attached, so it's a little spring clip, and I'll show it on the overhead. And then you can, the whole thing is conductive through the clip, and then you can like
Sure,
crimp
let
on
me
a
show
wire.
a couple photos that'll
Yeah.
give you an idea.
So you can see here I'm like connecting on to, because it's like I hate like if you don't want to solder to it, but you also don't want to hold the probe on. Like how do you connect it? Like
Yeah.
it's actually really annoying to do. So yeah, this little clip, and it has this little pogo. So this is a springy pin, and it's conductive. And let's say you're like, oh, I really want to like probe that pin over here. You just grip it on, and it's solid, but it won't mar your circuit board, and it just sort of like grips on, and then you can connect to it via this crimp, or you can connect it over here and solder to it if you want. So yeah, this was actually originally designed for connecting to batteries, like with the ones that
Yeah.
have like the tabs on them. But I don't know. I think this is more useful for just like probing. This is a great accessory for if you have like a Sele or an oscilloscope and you want to like probe on an existing circuit board. I don't know. I think it's really handy. Probe clip.
All right, next up. More wire.
Yeah. More wire. Sorry.
This is wire.
I know.
Okay, so we got multiple colors.
This is multiple colors of silicone 30 gauge wire. And this is actually something I've been trying to get for a while because I've used this before. This is like angel hair pasta, but for wire. It's extremely thin. It's 30 gauge and it's silicone, and it's very flexible as well because it's silicone, not PVC coated, and it's stranded. So these three things: it's thin, it's stranded, it's silicone, makes it a really excellent way to put wires into costuming or cosplay or wearables, because oftentimes you have to thread something through fabric. This will actually thread through fabric and not bind the fabric so much. It's really easy to like feed through areas, and it doesn't have that stiffness of PVC coated wire where it'll not flex with what you're doing and it'll eventually break. This is a lot more flexible. And also, it's high temperature, high voltage in case you ever need that. But yeah, it's just a super wire, and we in strips of 2 meters.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I really like this stuff. And Becky used this in the sparkle skirt, and that's how we prototyped. I gave her like my beta test 1 meter, and I said, hey, can you like try this out in a wearable? She said it was really, really good because for power lines, instead of using conductive thread, she could use the silicone coated wire instead, and it would pass much more current. It can easily handle like an amp because it's wire.
Yeah.
And that alongside with sewn conductive thread made for a much better wearable experience.
I like this because it's good for wearables, but it doesn't end up being like structure. It's still flexible and soft enough.
Yeah.
But it's also like it's not thread that it can short.
Yeah,
So
I mean
it's kinda neat.
you can't sew it with a sewing machine; it's too thick. But if you had a thick needle, you could definitely sew it through a large darning needle.
Yeah.
Like one of the large
Okay.
ones that can handle like big wax thread. You might be able to handle it.
All right, and then I think we have a pack because
No, this is just we have a meta image.
Oh, okay. I thought we had a pack.
Yeah, no, it's just because we have a landing page.
think we went
we
crazy.
have it in multiple colors too, so it'll
Okay.
match your project.
All right, maybe we should make a pack of this on there.
We will.
The packs.
Packs.
Look at this.
So this is like rainbow. The code should have been rainbow because
Yeah.
everything's super rainbowy. This is actually really old. This is like PID 1600. This is like from a long time ago. I don't know why it took so long to get this in. And we just got it like 2 days ago from the factory. But it's multicolored heat shrink, and it comes in the 3 most common sizes. We have another pack that has like all the sizes. This is not all the sizes, but it has more colors. So it's kind of like a partner. Has red, yellow, white, green, blue, black. So 6 colors, 2 of each color in 3 sizes. So I don't know, do the math. A lot of stuff. Handy for heat shrinking. I like the nice thing about the colored heat shrink is you can like color code your wires and stuff. So if you're doing a project and you're like all your wires are the same color, you can use this to help color code them.
Okay. Next up.
Next up,
Sort of kind of like a wire, not really.
it
We got
protects
this.
wires.
Yeah, next up.
Next up,
We got this. This is cloth USB cable.
okay, yeah, it's like a hipster USB cable. I don't know. I thought it was cool looking.
Yeah, so these are kind of interesting because they kind of
They're cloth covered.
They're
actually kind of fun. I don't know. I think they're pretty.
they're cloth, and I think if you're gonna travel or if you're gonna keep one of these like a USB cable in your bag at all times, this is kind of nice because it doesn't get as dirty
Yeah.
as like plastic USB cables, and it
That's
reminds
fun.
me of like an iron
Yeah.
like an iron cord.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know exactly why these exist, but they do, and I don't know. We thought we'd carry one.
Yeah.
I actually use one all the time because it's like I can remember which one's the micro USB just by looking at it. It's the black cloth one. That way I'm not looking at the end. Like, is it
Yeah.
USB or mini USB or micro USB?
Okay. Next up.
Mouse. Okay, it's just a mouse, but it's a really nice basic mouse.
Yeah.
We got this because we're going to be putting it into a Raspberry Pi computer pack. So in the store, it's a USB mouse. Works great.
Yeah.
USB, plug it in. It's a mouse. 2 buttons. Has a little mouse wheel. Clicky. Also, it's
Yeah.
a very good general purpose mouse.
We're coming up with some packs for Pi, and so if we don't have the mouse, or if we don't have a good mouse, folks are going to get these and going to set them up as little standalone Pi computers, and they're going to be like, I wish I would have got a mouse too.
Yeah.
So
this is nice. Not too big. I don't
Yeah.
like big, like chunky mices.
Yeah. So we searched for the best one at the best
Yeah,
price,
this
and
one
we
I
got
like.
this. Okay.
I don't know where it is
Next up.
here, but it's a good mouse.
Multimeter.
Oh, right. The Epic Multimeter. Okay, so
Yeah.
we have a better multimeter than before. It's a little bit more expensive. It's also really big, but it has a lot of nice
And it's
benefits.
blue.
It's blue.
Yeah.
Adafruit blue. It has resistance, voltage, both AC and DC. Has continuity. It has auto power off, which I really like. That's actually kind of a big plus for me, and a nice on-off button as well. It also has this nice thing where it shows you like the what measurement you're at. You can see it in the photo, and it has capacitive measurement. Not such a bad idea. You can measure capacitors with it. Comes with some probes. Comes with a battery, has a little kickstand. It's your basic multimeter. It's kind of big. I'm gonna try to get one that has the same capabilities but isn't as chunky. But yeah, now that I use it, it's actually not so bad. And you're definitely not gonna lose it.
Yeah. I don't know. You can get pretty far by having things like at the right, so you can easily read
Yeah,
it.
no, it's
I was going to say that. I remember we got that little tiny one. We wanted to make a watch
was so
multimeter,
small.
but it was just too small to
They're
use.
small. Yeah, this one is. I mean, it's just a really good basic multimeter. Like for under like $20, this is like as good as you're gonna get. It's not auto ranging. We do have auto ranging. The auto ranging is a little more expensive. Maybe we'll look for a nice auto ranging one.
This is cool.
But
Like
it works.
rubberized grip,
Yeah.
and then if you don't like blue, you can take the rubberized.
And now it's just gray.
Now it's just Adafruit gray instead of Adafruit blue.
Our colors are gray, blue, and black, right?
Yeah.
What are our words? Adafruit is coming. I don't know if we have. Do we have like a house motto?
Better living through engineering. I don't know.
Okay.
So next
All right.
up, this is neat. So these all go into one category. So I had them all
Okay.
in one thing. So this is part of Phona.
Phona.
Yeah. So you can now make your own phone.
Yes.
Because we have.
And now you really can.
Because we have all the stuff for
Yes.
phones.
So finally, all the stuff that I ordered quite a while ago for Phona came in. So this is the headset, and it is a smartphone headset. So it has a microphone as well as earbuds, and the microphone's a little dongly thing over here, and it's actually just a nice slim Adafruit black. Adafruit. I'm wearing black. So it goes with all your black clothes. It's good, really good quality. It's HTC OEM. It's actually it's actually quite good quality. It works well with any smartphone, but it also works really good with Phona, which we tested it with. And so if you're using your phone and you want to make phone calls and you want to just kind of plug in the headset, this works very well. You plug it in, and I'll show it on the overhead. Oh. Nope, that's me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Your Phona, and then here's the headset, and you see this is a tip ring sleeve, so it's left, right, ground, microphone. So there's the microphone input. You just plug it in, and voila, you have yourself a cell phone. That's it. Yeah, and then the microphone is here. Nice little black thing. It's got these like nice slim wires. It is a nice headset.
Okay.
I like it.
And I'll kind of answer a question I was typing into the chat.
yeah.
So we are working on a pack with all this stuff, and we're also
Yes.
working on a bundled SIM card thing.
Yes.
And one of my goals is to have like a little Adafruit branded SIM.
We're
because
working on it.
we are the only.
It's a little bit like they're kind of like, oh, you're gonna get like 10,000, and like
Yeah.
it's a little bit negotiation. Like the headsets, I don't have to buy 10,000. I can buy like 200 of them, and get a good price. But with SIM, the T-Mobile has lots of SIM resellers, and so we're working on trying to get bundled SIMs that like you. So you want to go to the store and you can just activate it online.
Yeah.
This is like. These things are slow. They're not fast like us.
I'll tell you the weird thing, the weird category we're getting into. So we're the only U.S. cell phone maker right now.
Yeah, I was saying that.
Yeah, it's just a weird thing to say because it's true. And
Yeah.
so Motorola, they were doing some assembly, but they closed that factory in the U.S. So we make cell phones in the U.S. This is what we do now.
Yeah.
And so we're going to eventually have SIM cards and all this stuff. It is complicated, and we're going through all the right hoops that you have to do this. It was hard to make and sell phonas, but we have them now. So, anyways, next up, more Phona stuff.
Okay, Phona antenna, yay! We have a little antenna, and don't be fooled by its petite, slim size. This is actually extremely good antenna. I tested a whole bunch of antennas, which I just lost in my bin. I'll find it in a second. Oh, here it is. It's so small, I didn't find it. It's very small, and it's like a PCB sticker antenna, but it has really good reception, as good or better than the pluggy antenna ones, and it has a little UFL, and it just snaps on, and you can swivel it and bend it, and it's a sticker. Can I show it on the overhead?
Yeah.
I'll show it on the overhead just because it's interesting. So it's a sticker, but you don't have to unstick it. It's meant to be used like an enclosure, like a tablet. You'd stick this in manufacturing and stick to the enclosure. You don't have to remove the sticker part. It snaps on. That's why the Phona we like the most is the UFL Phona. And then you can even kind of like bend it around a little bit. I wouldn't put it over the headset, actually. I'd kind of put it over this way just because otherwise you'll get interference a little bit. But you can have it over here. You can put it over this way. It's flexible and bendy, so it can go into like any kind of enclosure, and it has really, really good reception. So this is kind of the antenna that I think people should use. We'll look at other antennas, but smaller ones didn't have as good reception, and they weren't even that much smaller. And then big ones are a little bit too chunky. So this is a nice intermediary size.
Okay. Rounding the corner here on products.
Okay.
Good work, Lady Ada. Next up, we got this plate.
This is updated. This is an update of the Raspberry Pi dish, and this is for prototyping. So originally this is what we had. It had these little grips on the side for the Raspberry Pi Model B. We have one. Yeah, you went too fast. Yeah. So it had these little clips. But then like the Model B, we have 2 came out, and then we also had the B+. And so we just did a revision. And the new revision now has mounting holes, so you can actually mount the Pi directly onto these little black dots. That's the mounting holes. And then if you have a Raspberry Pi Model B+, there's the 4 mounting holes, so you can mount it directly onto the plate with the ribbon cable as well. So works really great with the cobbler, T-cobbler. We also, because we're not including, the expensive little edgy grips, we actually got to reduce the price too. So yay.
Okay. And then last but not least, this is a clock generator.
It's a clock generator. I didn't make a demo for this because it would be kind of boring, I thought, because I'd have to haul out my oscilloscope
Boring
and set it
demo.
up. Boring demo. It's a clock generator, which is actually really useful if you're doing any kind of RF work, or you're clocking a FPGA or microcontroller or processor, and you really want a specific clock rate. So you'd be running around being like, oh, I have to have the right crystal. Maybe I need like 24.5368 for my MP3 chip, and I need like 16 megahertz for my other chip or whatever. It's a pain. So what's nice about this is that it can generate very precise clocks, and arbitrary between about 8 kilohertz and like 160 megahertz. And this chip from Scilabs has a crystal, reference crystal. There's a really high precision reference crystal, 25 megahertz. And then what it does is it has a phase lock loop and clock dividers to create 3 independent clocks that can be generated from it. And there's even a software tool that they have to help you calculate exactly the PLL dividers and everything, because you have to multiply and then divide. So and unless you pick a round number, it can be annoying to figure out the precise number you want to get the accurate clock rate. It runs over I2C, so you control it over I2C. We have an Arduino library. It can be ported to anything else. And then, yeah, basically, if you're doing RF work and you're like, oh, I really, really need like a good 88.1 megahertz reference, instead of trying to generate that, which is kind of hard if you don't have an arbitrary waveform generator or frequency generator, you just use the handy SI5351 and enter in the numbers you want to generate that specific frequency, and boom, Bob's your uncle. You got that exact frequency you want. So very handy for RF work or precision clocking, or if you have like a motherboard with a bunch of weird frequencies that you need on it, or you want to overclock something. Just control it over your microcontroller and you got clock.
Okay. And with that, Lady Ada, is new products. Good work.
Yay.
You did it.
Yeah. The clock gen is a little bit kind of geeky, but I think people will find uses for it. Yeah, it's a cool chip. I mean, it generates any frequency. That's nice.